Happy Monday. Wow. It's happy because it's over. It's like 9 something at night and my Monday is over. I just finished making a video of different flavors of Peeps, marshmallow Peeps. I've gone out to several stores in the last month or so trying to find different flavors of Peeps. Honestly, in the past, I have found more flavors. I found a better variety of flavors. But what did I find this year? I found sour watermelon. Now, if you don't know what Peeps are, it's this little abomination right here. It's a sugar-covered marshmallow. It's basically all it is. And then they make them different colors, and they do different flavors. These are sour watermelon. I bet they taste like a dog's ass because Peeps are not supposed to be sour. I got sparkly wild berry. Now, these little packs like this, I got at Dollar Tree. Hell, Dollar Tree had more flavors than anybody. I accidentally ended up with 2 of these. Of course, the grossest flavor, I have 2 of them. Cotton candy Peeps. Aren't they cute? They look diseased. Look at them. They have leprosy. And fruit punch Peeps. Ugh. Fruit punch Peeps. Party cake. It's not birthday cake Peeps. It's party cake. Those came from Dollar Tree. Now, these I haven't tried. This was a new one I found just this year. Rice Krispie Treat Peeps. Like, why do we need to go there? It's a sure sign of the coming apocalypse. Talking about the 4 horsemen. No, this right here is the damn sign of the apocalypse. What the shit is that? Give me a Rice Krispie Treat or give me a Peep. Don't mix them up. Now, these right here are flavored like Dr. Pepper. Now, I know that sounds nasty, but these are actually really good. I have tried these, and they are shockingly delicious. They are very good. They taste exactly like Dr. Pepper, and there's just something crazy about them. It will just throw your taste buds for a loop. You will not know what to think. Try them. It's worth it. It is an emotional roller coaster. And then finally, we have icy blue raspberry Peeps. I found these at Target. Most of the other ones came from Dollar Tree or Walmart. No, actually, I think the fruit punch ones came from Target too. But these are icy flavor. I've never tried these. I don't think I've ever seen these before this year. But in the past, I have found other flavors. I found root beer, cinnamon. They did one year that was like Red Hots. I don't think I tried them though. I think I bought some, and I think my younger son ate them, but I don't think he liked them very much. Because he said it's the same way I am about most flavored Peeps. Peeps should not taste like that. That's not right. Like it's blasphemy or something. Anyway, so I just did a little up close video looking at them, and then I had a pack of yellow Peeps. Just the plain yellow ones are my favorite. They taste really nice. And I didn't eat it. There's no eating sounds. There are no eating sounds in this video. But then I decided I might do another video later if people comment and say they want it. You know, a video trying some of these different Peeps where I would actually consume the Peep. Because people, let me tell you, videos where you eat, you want to get people yelling at you, make a video and clearly state that you're going to be eating in the video. Put it in the title, put it in the description, put it in a pinned comment. People will still be shocked and furious at you for eating in that video. How dare you eat in a video where you told me you were going to be eating? You bastard! You know, they take it personally, like you came over and tried to set their dog on fire. They take that shit personally. Why are you eating? It's so disgusting. You should never do that again, ever. Every time I make a video where I eat, oh dear God. I don't know where these people come from. They get insanely mad. They act like that's all I do. I have over 3,700 videos on YouTube. How many of them feature me eating anything? Maybe a dozen, if that. I mean, I could be wrong. I just don't think I've done that many where I have actually eaten anything. It's been very few. But people act like that's all I do, and they just get so mad. Anyway. Yay, Peeps. I don't really have anything else to say. I just wanted to show you that. And somebody keeps asking me, they keep commenting, and I keep seeing it, that you're moving to Greensboro, and it sounds like you're moving here really soon, and you want to know where to live and what schools are good. I don't really know what to say to that. I mean, if you're moving here, I would assume you already know where you're moving to. Do you not know? I just need some clarification. Do you know where you're moving to in Greensboro? Or are you just going to be dropped out of an airplane in the middle of town? I mean, Where are you moving to? Can you tell? Well, maybe this is the kind of thing we need to discuss one-on-one, because maybe you don't want to give that kind of detail. I understand, but do you know where you're going to be living yet? Because, okay, the school situation, just like pretty much anywhere else in the country, wherever you live, you have districts, like school districts, and your kids, if you're enrolling them in public school, that's where they're going to go. I mean, you don't get to choose, like, well, I don't like this school district, so I want my kids to go to school in another district. You can't really do that. But I will say two things about our school system here. Our public schools are awful. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to talk shit about teachers or anybody who works in the school system. I'm not. But overall, our public schools are not good here. They're not really good anywhere in the state, but it's true of damn near every state. I mean, our public school system is a mess. I'm sorry. And again, I'm not picking on anybody in particular. I'm just saying, if you look at test scores and the performance and, you know, what are you doing for kids? It's not good. Okay, so if you're going to put your kids in a public school, honestly, my opinion, goober on the internet, it doesn't matter which school system, it doesn't matter what district you're in Greensboro, because there are different ones. You know, we have tons of schools here, all kinds of districts. No matter where your kid goes to school, if they go to public school, it's going to be shit. And quite frankly, even if you pick a private school, be careful, because a lot of those are shit as well. They just cost more, you know, more than your tax dollars that you're paying. You're paying tuition for shitty, you know, I mean, it's not necessarily better just because it's private, you know what I'm saying? So I can't really give you any advice, like what district should I live in, well, if you're moving here really soon, I would assume, again, like I said, that you already know where you're going. I mean, because if you don't, I mean, I don't know what to tell you, frankly. I would say look into the magnet schools, the charter schools, the private schools. Now, that is one good thing about Greensboro. We have a buttload of those. We have lots of options for alternative school. We have Montessori. We have charter, magnet. I mean, we have tons of schools here. Now, a lot of them do not have transportation, so you have to be able to get your kids to and from school. Sometimes you can work out ride shares for that kind of thing. But, you know, it's doable, but unfortunately, I think the deadline has passed for next year to sign up for the magnets. I could be wrong about that. I think that deadline has already passed for next year. They may make an exception if you just moved here, so you probably want to get in touch with, I would start with Guilford County Schools and talk to them about it. And they will be able to tell you what districts you're going to be in and where your kids would go to school. I mean, I don't know how old your kids are. I don't know what grade they're going into. I can't really tell you, like, oh, you have to live here and you have to send your kids here. I can't really tell you that, because the options are just, there are so many options. I mean, that would be like saying, tell me how much a house costs in Greensboro. Well, anywhere from $40,000 for a tear down to $10 million plus dollars. I mean, it just depends on what house you're talking about. So I can't really give you a lot of information. But overall, our public schools are not good. Doesn't really matter what district you're looking at. They all kind of suck, quite frankly. And I wish they were better, but they're not. You know, my grandmother, I've told this story before. My grandmother was born in 1910. My mother's mother. She went to school up through the 8th grade, and then she, like most kids in Central North Carolina, unless you came from a family with money, which I did not, you didn't get to go to school for very long before you had to just drop out and help. You know, you had to get a job. You know, my grandmother had to work on the farm and take care of things, and she couldn't go to school. She went through the 8th grade, and that was it. But I saw her last report card. Now, she went to, literally went to a little one-room schoolhouse in the middle of nowhere, and all the kids had to walk there. You had to bring your lunch. They had one teacher for all the kids. There might have been 15 kids in there, anywhere from 5 up to 12, 13. Usually by then they were out of school and working. But my grandmother went till she was about 12 or 13, I think, and then she didn't go anymore. I think my grandfather went up through 6th grade, and then he had to drop out, and he got a job in a mill to help his family. It was during, you know, before the Depression, actually. Yeah, it was before the Depression. That would have been around 1920 or so. Anyway, My grandmother, in the 8th, when she finished the 8th grade, she could speak, read, and write Latin and was doing math at a higher level than my 14-year-old is doing in the 9th grade. And she could write. She had beautiful penmanship. She was well-spoken, well-read. This was in a little bitty one-room schoolhouse with one teacher and a shoestring budget. I mean, like no money. My grandmother got a better education than kids in public school today. Most kids in private school too. That's my bee in my bonnet. I know we could do better with our education system. It's not money. It's where the money goes, bureaucracy, overhead, and bullshit. That's what... I'm going to shut up. But I can't tell you what a good school district is here. I frankly can't, because they all suck. You're going to have to look into, if I were you, I would look into the magnet schools and charter schools, just other alternatives besides public school. That's what I would do. And again, I'm not saying anything bad about it. If you're a public school teacher, I'm not talking about you. I'm just saying the state of the public school system, at least here where I am, is horrible. It's absolutely awful. And there's just no excuse for it. And I blame the administration. I blame the bureaucracy and the bullshit that makes it what it is. And it really shouldn't be that way. And we are not doing our children a service. We are woefully behind every other developed nation on this planet. And we didn't used to be, but now we are. And it doesn't seem to be getting any better. So I think you asked, where should you live? I don't know. I mean, again, it's like saying, how much does a house cost in Greensboro? There are too many factors to say. I mean, what are you looking for? I don't know what you're looking for. There are plenty of beautiful, nice areas in Greensboro. I think really, if I were you, I mean, if you don't know where you're living yet, just come here and drive around. I mean, just drive around and look. And that's what I did. When I first moved here, I was living in an apartment on Market Street. And I used to love to just drive around town and see the different neighborhoods and think, one of these days when I'm a grown up, because this time I was like 21. I was 21 when I first moved here. I would drive around. Is that right? 21? How old was I? No, I was 22. And I would drive around and see what kind of, all the different neighborhoods. And, ooh, I'd like to live in this part of town. I'm like, oh, I can't afford this part of town yet. Maybe someday. Just drive around and get a feel for the place. You might find that you actually want to live out of town. I tell you what, if you want to go out of town, I'll tell you one area that I really like. If I wanted to get out of town and go to an area that was quieter, a little bit more rural, more of a country setting, I would go to Gibsonville, North Carolina. Gibsonville is awesome. It is so pretty out there. It's nice. It's so nice. And it's not far from Greensboro at all. But it's very quiet and peaceful. And it's really nice out there. A lot of farmland. There's some farms out there. And lots of 2-lane windy roads. And it's really pretty. And I love Gibsonville. It's really nice. And it's not far from Greensboro at all. I would look in that area if I were looking to, get a place or whatever. But, I mean, if you want to rent an apartment, there aren't really, I guess there are apartments in Gibsonville. But, I was thinking, if I wanted to buy a house out in a more country setting, I would definitely be looking at Gibsonville, 100%, because it is so nice out there. I really like it. It reminds me of the area I grew up in. It kind of has the same kind of rural feel to it. And I don't know, I like it. The northern part of Greensboro is nice, and it's not quite as developed. So there's a little bit more open land for now. That may not last with the loop coming around. It's gonna fill up. It's gonna develop too. So long term, it's not gonna be as nice and open and quiet as it is right now. But I would just recommend driving around and looking at, just going all around and looking at everything for yourself. So I know this isn't terribly helpful, and I do apologize, but it's kind of like, it's not as much like Charlotte, but it would be like saying, where do I want to live and take my kid? Where do I want my kids to go to school in Charlotte? I wouldn't even know where to start, because Charlotte could gobble up Greensboro in one bite. I mean, Charlotte is just a big old monster of a city, and That's why I don't live there. I don't like all that damn traffic and that racket all the time. And y'all drive like you're racing to the hospital and you take everything personally. And y'all can have that shit. I don't want to live down there. This is all I want right here. But welcome to Greensboro. I'd like to know if you know where you're going, like if you already have a place, or because I don't know what the real estate situation around here is like. I know that the value on my house has doubled in the last 5 years. So I would not want to be buying a house right now. I feel sorry for anybody. And rent, oh my God, rent is horrible. I feel for anybody who wants to rent or buy really anywhere right now. Sweet Lord, it's awful. It's awful. I know this isn't very helpful. I'm sorry. But that's about all I know to tell you is drive around, look around, and look into the alternative schools that we have here in Greensboro, because we actually have a lot. We have a ton of them here. Lots of private schools, charter schools, magnet schools. We have tons of them. So, I mean, that's good because you have a lot of choices. You could, if you see something you're interested in, you could go to school. You could talk to people there. You could talk to some of the parents. You just kind of have to do the legwork and get in there. And because I can't give you a recommendation. I mean, I honestly don't know what to tell you other than what this train of thought, this just stream of consciousness is coming out. I'm sorry. But welcome to Greensboro. I'd like to say we'd see each other, but we probably won't. I have 5 of my high school classmates. Is it 5 or 4? It's at least 4 of my 4 people I went to high school with, graduated with, live right here in Greensboro with me. And I've been living here off and on since 1996. Do you know how many times I've seen those 4 people? 0. I've never seen even one of them anywhere once in this city. Never once have I bumped into them anywhere. So I'd like to say we bump into each other, but statistically speaking, we probably won't. But welcome anyway. It's nice to have you. I hope you enjoy my lovely city. I love living here. I think it's just, I like it. It's just, for me, it's just the right size. It's not too big. It's not too small. There's plenty to do. I think anyway. Some people call it Greens boring, but I mean, shit, move to Charlotte if this isn't exciting enough for you. That's what I would say to anybody. You can go to Charlotte, get on 85 and boot scoot that way, and there you go. You can have all the excitement you can handle down there. You can have it. I don't want it. But anyway, I have to take a shower, and I got to go check on my video to make sure it's processing properly. I got to start a load of laundry. And I got to pack my gym bag for tomorrow. But thank you so much for watching and for being here. These are my gym clothes. I didn't wear this to work today, but I went to a class after work. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a great week. And I'll see you again. I'm not going away forever. I just hope that your week is good. Mine started out pretty good. I had a super busy day at work. But it went by like, woo, just whoosh, went by really fast. And I like days like that. But thank you so much again. I hope you have a great week, and I'll see you again soon.